with COVID happening, that's like a dice roll. That's like a it's like a mutation thing you see in a video game. That's like a like a negative debuff on a game session or some shit. It's just a random thing that life throws at you, or a game session throws at you that you can't control. That's just a part of the game. It's just a part of life. You know what I mean? It accentuates that life is unfair. It just throws it at you. You just got to deal with it, and it could be something massive, massive, that basically prevents you from doing something that you used to love to do. You know what I mean? So now your core values, it can change, it can rupture your core values, your core habits. So now you have to develop new things. You have to do new things. And those things are like, and those things that it changed and stopped you from doing are things that kind of defined you when you were younger. Like, I want to do stuff. Like, I want to do stuff. There are time frames where I do feel driven. I do feel driven to just do things. It doesn't always stay. That feeling doesn't always stay. Sometimes sometimes those motivators, they work, and sometimes they don't. Whether it be a person, whether it be other people, whether it be something you watch on entertainment media, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case that would motivate an individual. Sometimes they work sometimes and work and don't work other times. Other times it doesn't matter what anyone says to you. There's nothing that'll get you up and at them. Sometimes it's just like a day is a throwaway. You just don't know how to progress. I guess you just try again tomorrow. There were some aspects where this virus came and it was a positive in some areas. From what I was told from some people close to me, like it helped out some people because of like housing situations and stuff and all the other jazz. I don't know, because it gave people time to get on their feet, low key. Payments and all the shit being pushed back and without interest being, continuing to be collected or whatever the fuck, or things just getting pushed back, and it gave people more time to catch up on debts and stuff, which is cool. That's always good to hear. But I mean, I can't outright just sit here and act like it didn't completely, like, almost to a degree, like, fuck me over, because it did. Like the same way you go and find, like, your core group of friends when you're in school, and you go in there and you find 2-3 people. I mean, a total collective 3. But if you can get 4 total people, even better, I guess. But you go in and you get your collective group of friends, people that you think that you want to develop trust with or whatever, because they seem like they're cool people. You know what I mean? And then as you go through the years of school and stuff, or as things happen and don't happen, and you tell them stuff and they tell you stuff, you feel like you can build a bond there. You know what I mean? Bonds, like, are the conduits that connect you to everything. When you make bonds, you know what I mean? And that's not just bonds with people. That's bonds with inanimate objects. That's bonds with careers and passions. That's bonds with likes and interests. You know what I mean? Shit, I would even argue that your enemies and things that you dislike are bonds themselves. They're just not good ones. When you go into school and you've been doing that, like, you've been, like, chilling with your friends, talking to your friends all the time, and then all of a sudden, you get taken from that school, or your friends leave that school, and then, like, and I'm talking about, like, all of them, not just one, all of them. That means one day they all just get ripped from you, just like that. You know what I mean? And so now you're like, well, I'm still here. You know what I mean? So now all of my friends are gone. So I guess the obvious thing is, well, now I gotta make new ones. But I've been in the same school for multiple years now, and I've only known those friends. You know what I mean? And I've never really had an interest in talking to anybody else. But usually, by this time frame, there are certain people who are set in stone with their friends, kind of like how I was in the example. And sometimes it can be hard to get in with another crowd. But then sometimes with some people, they be like, why is it that I gotta fit in with someone else now? You know what I mean? Like, why is that fair? And why did that have to be the way it is? And the thing about it is, it's just like, that's just the mutation of it. Like I mentioned before, that's just how the cards were pulled up. That's the mutation of it. That's the negative defect of the gaming session. That's the negative defect of life at that time. Okay, your friends got pulled away from you, so now you are friendless now. I mean, your friends are still there in terms of like, I'm pretty sure y'all probably exchange contact information, y'all talk outside of school, but you no longer can be there with them. So you're no longer doing that. So now, depending on your ability, your charismatic ability, and your ability to meet and talk to people, and your outgoingness, and your want to be that, I mean, making new friends ain't exactly gonna be easy. It could be easy for some people, yeah, but not everybody. So, in that sense, when you relate it back to a job or like a passion, I mean, I could be passionate about my friends. You know what I mean? I could be passionate about, coming in to see them all the time in the same routine, because that's what I enjoy. You know what I mean? And when the routine gets disrupted, and I mean, not just disrupted, but like straight up, like someone came to you, because there's like the whole funny joke about like like when Dave Chappelle said like in one of his characters was saying some things like, do I come up to your job and slap the broom out your hand? Well, it's more like someone came up to your job, talked to your manager, and just got you fired from a job that you love. You know what I mean? And you can no longer do it. Like a rant, like just one day, like you did nothing. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. You just came into work, simple, typical average day. Clocked in, you were just doing your thing. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about a career, not like a job at a fucking fast food place or something like that you like hate or whatever. I'm talking like an actual career. A career, something that you worked hard for to get, and it was a tough journey. And then to have someone come up to like a manager or whatever, and then convince them that your services there are no longer required, or that you're a bad employee, this, or accept the fact that in those situations you would be able to ask questions, because you'd be like, what the fuck brought this on? You know what I mean? And you'd be like, no, these are allegations, these are accusations, this shit is not true. Well, you can't exactly question a virus. Okay, you can't question a virus outside of what we know. All right, you can sit there and say, I mean, you can question it in a sense of like, why did this happen? How did this happen? But at the end of the day, it still happened. You can't just revert back the time. You can't get those lives back that the virus took. Those people are gone. That time is gone. It's over. You know what I mean? It's gone. You know what I mean? That's the difference there. That's the difference. And you just move on. You just deal with it, because life is unfair.